determine that today you will overcome yourself of the day before. Tomorrow you will win over those of lesser skill, and later you will win over those of greater skill. Musashi Miyamoto.
You're born in the middle of a battle royale. Everyone's rocking katanas instead of shotguns. And by the age of 6 you're already a low-key legend for beating someone down in a duel. That's the wild origin story of Musashi Miyamoto, a dude so skilled with the blade they literally called him a sword saint. Buckle up, because we're about to drop the mic on the life of Japan's ultimate OG swordsman. Hold on, a 6-year-old duelist. Okay, here's the thing, there's no concrete evidence Musashi actually dueled someone at 6. Historians debate this story a lot. But hey, legends gotta start somewhere, right? The life of Musashi Miyamoto, Japan's legendary swordsman, begins not with a bang, but with a whisper. Unlike many historical figures, his origins are shrouded in mystery, with conflicting accounts and theories swirling around his birth. Some claim Musashi was born into a peasant family in Miyamoto village, near modern-day Okayama Prefecture. Others believe he was the son of a samurai, possibly Musashi Miyamoto, a swordsman himself. A more intriguing theory suggests a connection to the Yoshioka clan, a renowned school of swordsmanship. This theory posits Musashi was born into a branch family of the Yoshioka, explaining his later challenge to the clan head. As Musashi entered the world estimated between 1584 and 1585, Japan was in the throes of the Sengoku period, also known as the Warring States period, from 1467 to 1603. This era was a crucible of violence, where rival daimyo feudal lords clashed for power in an endless cycle of warfare. Imagine a land ravaged by war. Castles rose and fell, samurai clashed on bloody battlefields, and entire villages were reduced to ash. This was the brutal reality of Musashi's childhood, a harsh environment that would undoubtedly shape him into the formidable warrior he would become. During this period, the code of Bushido, emphasizing honor, loyalty, and martial prowess, became a guiding principle for the samurai class. Musashi would grow up steeped in these ideals, with swordsmanship becoming not just a skill, but a way of life. His teenage years were anything but ordinary. Imagine yourself, barely a teenager, thrust into the chaos of the Battle of Sekigahara 1600, a clash that would reshape the face of Japan. The Battle of Sekigahara was a brutal showdown between rival warlords vying for control of Japan. Over 150,000 samurai clashed on a single day, their clash echoing with the clang of steel and the screams of the dying. Somewhere between 13 and 16 years old, likely participated in this epic battle. Historical records are unclear on which side he fought for, but the losing faction faced persecution. This experience undoubtedly hardened him, teaching him the harsh realities of warfare and the deadliness of swordsmanship. In the aftermath of Sekigahara, the victors hunted down and punished those who fought against them. Musashi, on the losing side, likely found himself stripped of his samurai status, becoming a ronin, a masterless warrior forced to wander the land. As a ronin, Musashi's life became a constant struggle for survival. His only assets were his skills with the sword and his cunning. He likely took on various jobs, from bodyguard to mercenary, to put food on his table. These early years as a ronin were Musashi's crucible. He participated in numerous duels, each one a high-stakes fight for his life or reputation. With every encounter, he honed his skills, learning the strengths and weaknesses of different fighting styles. Legends claim Musashi dueled with a wooden sword or a bakken in his early years, focusing on technique and strategy. As he matured, he likely transitioned to using a real katana in duels, putting his skills to the ultimate test. These duels were not glorious tournaments. They were brutal affairs, often fought to the death. While some may have been formal challenges to settle disputes, others were likely desperate struggles for survival. For Musashi, each duel was a chance to prove himself and climb the ladder of swordsmanship. Musashi's early 20s were marked by a series of duels that would etch his name in legend. At the heart of this conflict stood the Yoshioka clan, a prestigious school of swordsmanship with a reputation for excellence. The Yoshioka style was known for its focus on single sword techniques, emphasizing powerful strikes and precise footwork. Their training likely involved rigorous practice with the katana, both solo and with wooden practice swords. However, compared to the style Musashi was developing, the Yoshioka approach might have been considered more rigid and traditional. Musashi's first duel with the Yoshioka clan was likely against Seiyuro Yoshioka, the head instructor. Details are sketchy, but some accounts suggest Musashi arrived late, a calculated disrespect that infuriated Seiyuro. The ensuing fight was swift and brutal. Musashi, using a wooden sword bakken, may have exploited Seijuro's surprise and traditional stance to disarm him, winning a humiliating defeat for the Yoshioka. This victory not only established Musashi's reputation but also ignited a fierce rivalry. Enraged by the humiliation, the Yoshioka clan sent Denshikairo Yoshioka, Seijuro's younger brother or another senior member, to challenge Musashi. Imagine the tension as they faced each other, the air thick with the threat of violence. The details of the fight vary, but some accounts suggest Musashi lured Denshikairo into a secluded area. A turning point might have come when Denshikairo stumbled or became momentarily off balance, allowing Musashi to strike with deadly precision. This victory cemented Musashi's reputation as a formidable opponent and a serious threat to the Yoshioka's dominance. Musashi became a marked man, constantly aware of the possibility of retaliation. However, he also gained immense notoriety as a master swordsman. The fear he instilled in the Yoshioka would ultimately lead to a final, climactic confrontation that would solidify his legendary status. Now embarking on a journey across Japan, Musashi's years as a ronin were a period of both travel and refinement. He traveled from province to province, taking on odd jobs and temporary positions. During his travels, Musashi actively sought out renowned sword schools and instructors. He likely challenged various masters and dueled practitioners of different styles, absorbing new techniques and philosophies. This exposure broadened his understanding of swordsmanship and helped him refine his own fighting style. Some accounts suggest Musashi spent time with Zen Buddhist hermits, studying their philosophy and meditation practices. This influence may have contributed to the development of his mental discipline and strategic thinking, both crucial aspects of swordsmanship. Musashi's years of wandering and learning culminated in the creation of his unique-to-sword fighting style, the Knight in Ichi Route to Heavens is one. Traditional Japanese swordsmanship focused on wielding a single katana. Musashi, however, challenged this convention. He developed the Knight in Ichi-ryu, utilizing both a long katana and a shorter wakizashi short sword simultaneously. The Knight in Ichi-ryu offered several advantages. The longer katana provided offensive reach and power, while the wakizashi offered flexibility for close-quarters combat and defense. This two-pronged approach allowed Musashi to adapt to different situations in a duel. The Knight in Ichi-ryu wasn't just about physical techniques. It emphasized mental focus, strategic thinking, and adapting to your opponent's style. Musashi believed in a holistic approach to swordsmanship, where the mind and body worked in perfect harmony. In 1612, Musashi's path crossed with Sasaki Kajiro, a renowned swordsman known for his mastery of the nodachi and oversized katana. This encounter, on the small island of Ganryu, would become one of the most legendary duels in Japanese history. Sasaki Kajiro was a fearsome opponent. He wielded his giant nodachi with incredible skill and was known for his aggressive fighting style. This duel was a clash of titans, a master of the single, long blade against the innovator wielding two swords. Imagine the scene: the small island, the wind whipping across the water, and two warriors facing each other, their blades glinting in the sun. The tension must have been palpable as they circled each other, each waiting for the right moment to strike. The outcome was swift and decisive as Musashi emerged victorious, using a wooden bakken instead of a katana, surprising Kajiro and exploiting weakness in his oversized blade. Following Musashi's death in 1645, his story began to spread through oral tradition, poems, and biographies. These early accounts, like the Book of Five Rings, often focused on his strategic brilliance and swordsmanship philosophy. Over time, fictional elements started to weave themselves into Musashi's narrative. Playwrights and novelists embellished his feats, portraying him as an invincible warrior facing impossible odds. These fictionalized portrayals solidified his image as a cultural icon. The rise of cinema in the 20th century further propelled Musashi's fame. Dozens of films have been made about him, each adding their own creative spin to his story. These cinematic portrayals, while entertaining, often took liberties with historical accuracy. Historical records like official documents and verifiable accounts offer a glimpse into the real Musashi. However, their scarcity leaves many gaps in his life story. Early oral traditions and biographies, while valuable, often incorporated exaggerations and embellishments. These narratives need to be critically analyzed for their historical accuracy. By comparing various sources and acknowledging the limitations of each, we can create a more balanced picture of Musashi. He was undoubtedly a skilled swordsman and strategist, but the extent of his feats and the details of his life remain shrouded in some mystery. Musashi's influence extends far beyond swordsmanship. His philosophy of strategy, captured in the Book of Five Rings, has applications in various fields, from business to martial arts. His emphasis on self-discipline and strategic thinking continues to resonate today. Musashi embodied the ideals of Bushido courage, loyalty, and self-mastery. He serves as an enduring symbol of this warrior code, even in a world far removed from the age of samurai. Musashi's image as the undefeated swordsman, though perhaps embellished, inspires awe and admiration. He represents the pinnacle of swordsmanship, a figure who continues to capture the imagination of martial arts enthusiasts worldwide. Musashi Miyamoto's story is a fascinating blend of historical fact and captivating myth. He was a skilled swordsman, a brilliant strategist, and a complex individual who left an indelible mark on Japanese culture. By understanding both the real and the legendary Musashi, we gain a deeper appreciation for his lasting impact on the world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.